Please welcome to the show, Stanley Chamberlin.
Hello. So nice to be here. Thank you, Scott.
Very nice to meet you. This is Claudia. She won a contest, but not a contest to be on this show.
Oh, okay.
As she has previous. Oh, here's some water coming to you.
Oh, gosh, thank you.
Coming to you. This is Gino, our intern.
Thank you. Wow, you're really doing it.
Are you a medical doctor?
Yes, that's right. I'm a physical therapist. I'm fully trained in
So you went to medical school?
That's right. I went twice.
You went twice?
Yes.
Meaning 2 days?
You liked it
I
so
went
much?
through it twice. I went through Johns Hopkins initially, and it was hard. So I went again through Southern Connecticut State University just to crush.
Oh, okay, so wait, you went through it once and graduated, but then you wanted to do it and have a better time?
Yep, I wanted to. I like doing things once I know what's coming.
I'd like to ask a question.
Then I will recognize that question, and you can.
And
begin.
you know it's coming.
Okay. Why is his name Johns?
I think it was just more than one.
Is it like
named
Ruth's Chris?
No, I
I
think
think
it was
it's like
a
attorneys
plural.
general.
I think it was just more than one John whose last names were Hopkins.
So so it's much like Whoppers Jr., where you pluralize the first word rather
That's right.
than...
Right.
Yeah, Hopkins is the modifier of the multiple Johns.
Got it.
Is
That
that
explains
the most
it.
boring answer I could have
I don't
given
know.
to
Did
that
it,
question?
did it come up in your classes? Is that something?
Yeah. Every year at the initiation, they would go over the naming scheme and what Johns Hopkins meant. They would correct people if they said Johns.
Talk us through this medical school initiation.
Yeah, it was initiation.
That sounds intense.
yeah.
Or
I'm interested.
Because it
There's an
sounds like
initiation at Johns
orientation
Hopkins.
by a little.
No, it's not an orientation. It's an initiation. They bring you below ground.
Scary.
Blindfold you.
They blindfold you. This is why I wanted to do it over at a different university.
I get it.
Okay.
I don't blame you at
They
this point.
blindfold you, and everyone's acting, and you start to ask questions. You're like, "What's this about?" And they're like, "Shut up, shut up! You don't be dumb. Don't be dumb." There's a lot of pressure
my
to not
God.
look dumb at Johns Hopkins.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
and it's because it's an incredibly competitive medical school.
Oh, of course. And
to get
anyone
in
who
there.
looks dumb, yeah.
Great
Yeah.
lacrosse program too.
Of course.
And so you go underground, you're blindfolded, you take all your clothes off, you feel
Hell
yourself
yeah.
getting beaten by what you assume are oak leaves.
You take off the clothes.
They say,
don't
take off your clothes.
they don't-
Take off your clothes!
They don't strip you.
No, you have to do it.
You comply.
You have to comply. I think
Fully no
this-
underpants.
You have to take your underpants off. You have to
Dongs out.
Dongs out.
And you're being
Hell yeah.
beaten with... Why do you assume
you-
they're Oakleys?
To me, it felt like oak leaves.
Oh, I thought you said
meaning-
oak
Like the
leaves. I thought you meant the
sunglasses?
Oh, that's, no,
Oakleys.
that's what I thought you said. What did you say?
Oak leaves?
Oh,
Oh,
oak leaves.
yes, yes.
That's, you
whenever
know
there's
what?
two things that I could have said, whatever the most boring one is the one that I said. Oak leaves.
Does that hurt?
Yeah, do that. I mean, what
It's
would hurt
soothing.
more?
Oak leaves, I feel like would hurt more. They're hard plastic.
Hard plastic.
You get hit
Yeah.
with those croquis, you know, those things that hold them on if you're jet
Yeah.
skiing. Those
Yeah.
things fucking hurt.
Is that an elastic
So you're down
band?
there and you don't know what's going on. You're 21 years old, and you're terrified and you don't want to look stupid. You're like
Sure.
imposter syndrome is
So
big.
off come the clothes.
Off come the clothes. Rather, you don't want to not fit in. You'll assume that this will make sense, and maybe
You would rather people look at your tiny, tiny penis
that's right.
than to seem stupid.
Yes, which I do have. Oh shoot, I forgot I have that on my name tag. Tiny, tiny penis. I do. I'm so
wondered-
I'm
I
so
wondered about
worried
that,
about
yeah.
the size of my penis that I just like to get it out there.
Yeah, I thought
so
it was.
that-
I wondered, you know, at the ArcLight on their name tag is their favorite movie. I
That's
wondered
right.
why you had tiny, tiny penis under your name. I was
well,
like,
at
is that a
Johns
movie?
Hopkins, you have to have your favorite organ,
Oh,
much
okay.
like ArcLight.
And yours is tiny, tiny penis. is your
yes, I
favorite
like
organ?
tiny, tiny.
Did you
penis.
have to describe it thusly, or?
Well, I don't like large penises, nor do I like unremarkably sized ones.
Oh, so this is your favorite organ on anyone.
That's right.
But you happen to have it.
Which is how I know.
Lucky.
That's why you like it so much.
There I am underground.
Setting the scene.
It's an initiation ceremony.
Wow, I'm hooked.
So there I am. I'm underground. There's a babbling brook somewhere.
What?
We're deep underground.
Inside.
I'm sorry.
how you can tell-
I just have one more question.
Sure.
Are your balls normal sized, or do they make?
My balls are normal size.
So that makes the.
Normal size
Makes
for a
it-
tiny, tiny penis.
No, normal size for a regular penis, big relative
So that
to my
make-
tiny,
that
tiny
throws
penis,
the second
which
time-
makes them look even smaller.
Forced perspective.
Okay, yeah.
It's like
Perspective is a
Gandalf
huge part
next
of
to-
the petite modeling
Yes.
industry.
Right.
I understand that.
It's I sort of like I have a petite penis with regular sized testicles. So there I am.
Cool.
There's a babbling brook, and
So we've walked very deep because it's like
Right.
we're not just in a room or a basement. We've got there's earth.
So is it cold or hot?
cold?
okay,
Right.
so you haven't gotten towards the
You
center
think
of the earth
We
yet.
haven't gotten that far yet.
Okay,
but then
did you ever get that far?
Yeah, he
Yes.
says yet.
We enter into an elevator and they bring us down several miles.
Wow.
Whoa!
We come out into now. I never saw this, but it felt like I was near something very warm. I assume magma.
The core.
The
core
core,
could
be-
the center of the earth.
Yeah. And still, I'm worried about, I'm like, I hear people asking questions.
Are you hearing like a rustling of creatures that are down there with some sort of like
there's some
underground language?
There was a society of a worker race.
You knew it was a society.
Well, I could hear them exchanging protocols. And like, I could hear
you knew there were laws and repercussions for breaking the laws?
I heard a trial. One of the worker races must have like somehow insulted another member of the worker race. And an impromptu trial. They spoke sort of a broken English.
Oh, okay. So
insult me, you did.
How
and the other was like,
no, unfair.
Wow. Okay.
And I wonder what's going on.
Did they learn the language? Did they ever talk about this? Did they learn the language from the top of the earth?
I'm assuming they either learned it from us or there's a common source that taught both of us.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Could be Jesus.
Could be Jesus.
Could be Jesus.
Could be. I didn't rule him out.
They never mentioned Jesus?
He did not come up.
He didn't come up. So
I had the blindfold on. I didn't interact with the worker
race. Now, you don't know, did they have religion, or was maybe down there by the center of the earth, religion isn't even a thing, and it's just a construct. They did have religion.
They're Presbyterian.
Oh, they are.
Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting. Did they go door to door evangelizing, or?
I just heard them talking about I happen to be a Presbyterian.
Do they have doors?
I heard a door.
Okay.
So
you heard a door.
I heard a door open
and the elevator door.
This is your first day of medical school.
First day of Johns Hopkins.
You're 21.
I got dropped off by my dad because I was too scared to go on my own when I was 21 years old.
Your dad moved you into grad school.
My dad moved me into grad school.
So you didn't need a ride.
Close.
That's cute.
You could have driven yourself.
I could have driven myself, but it was like, he dropped me off at college.
He helped you hang your posters and stuff?
Yeah, I put up like my Reservoir Dogs poster and like.
What about your Farrah Fawcett?
I put up my Farrah Fawcett, yeah, and I had a Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, that's great.
That's cool.
But he's playing in a band with John Lennon.
Do you have the poster of the little
Vietnamese
Vietnamese girl running from the carnage?
Yeah, I have that
photo?
too. That's right. Huge black and white photo.
Do you have a blacklight poster? Was that the Jimi Hendrix one? Or?
Yeah, and I also had a Kiss Army.
Oh, okay. Yeah. With the Spirit of 76 one where they're all dressed up like Confederate.
They're in Central Park and they're using their superpowers to like save people.
Got it.
That sounds
anyway.
good.
There I am.
But you're nowhere near there at this point.
Nowhere near that. Like that was hours
Those are
ago.
your touchstones.
I'm away from my comfort zone.
Your dad's gone.
Not
my
only
dad
are you
is gone, long gone.
You're
but then
totally away from your home. But
yes. Thank you for appreciating this. It was so disorienting. Honestly, being naked was the least of my worries.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
That was the least.
Because who knows? You may be left there. And
Are
you part of this new society or old society?
Do I have to join the worker race, however age it is?
Does the worker race have clothes?
They definitely had clothes because I heard them arguing about pleats.
Oh, that makes sense.
That was
I know
part
they
of the
had
trial?
khakis. No, that just came up.
That was
like,
a side argument.
They're like, you're going to wear that to be a lawyer? And he's like, I can wear what I want. I'm a lawyer.
Okay.
There's like, it's pleated. That's out of fashion. He's like, shut up. I know what I'm doing.
Were you passing by these arguments, or these are just happening right
They
next to you?
seem to be walking along beside me.
Okay. So this is some sort of like walk and talk,
It's
like
really
a Sorkin.
hard to picture.
Yeah,
I think you're doing a great job. I can really visualize it.
I keep imagining it's hot, but it's cold.
I've been
it's hot at this point.
Now it's hot.
It is hot.
Okay, right.
I'm trying to draw it, but I'm still stuck on your penis. This is all I have so far.
You
is
just
this
have my
little
penis.
tiny penis.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Well, that's pretty close. You've many attempts. I see.
Yeah, the vein format works for you.
There's too many veins.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll
Now, what you've
knock
done
down
is
the
sort of the
vascularity.
Thanksgiving thing where you've done the outline of your palm, and you've
Yes,
just,
because I'm going to choose one of these 5 depending on the size. I was assuming pinky for
Pinky. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that
And
makes
just add some like apple-sized balls right there.
Oh, you got it.
So what happens?
Apple-sized balls,
Boots with the fur. She hit the flow.
Shit, we're hitting that bolo, baby.
Oh yeah. Well,
so-
this is a reference I don't know.
So now what happens? What happens? You're naked.
So there we are. So
you're
we get
hearing these
led
conversations.
into a chamber, and the doors thunder shut behind us, and they take off the blindfolds.
Okay.
Around me are all the same people I entered with, the incoming class of Johns Hopkins.
Okay. Has anyone dropped off at this point?
I can't. It was roughly the same size.
Okay.
Maybe
you don't know the other people, so you don't know.
I'm not familiar with them. They look
think
like
in the
most of us are there.
I think in the future, if you're going to do a radio show or a podcast, I would introduce myself as something besides a physical therapist.
I don't
This
think
is
so.
fucking. This is super interesting.
This is not what I came here to talk
Yeah,
about.
no, we'll get to what you wanted to talk about.
I'm
but-
just saying, like, this is fucking wild.
This
you should
is
have a documentary made
This
about
is incidental.
This is a side story.
I've tried to tell people this, and they're like, "We don't care. Get back to physical therapy." I'm like,
we
"All right."
really care about it on
Well, I
this
love
show.
it.
I
I've
mean,
been
this
wanting
is-
to talk about this for years.
Okay, yeah, please spare us no detail.
So there's the dean.
Okay, the dean of Johns Hopkins,
Or the dean of the
Johns-
workers' union.
No, the dean of the worker race.
Worker race.
I don't think they have deans.
Okay, so maybe
they have a provost sort of situation.
Okay, so you didn't know what to call him. It's your first day.
Well, I don't know what his name is.
And you still don't know.
I still don't know because he's got to
It might be
himself.
Dean.
It could be Dean.
Could be Dean, yeah.
It could be. It's not. It could be Dean Jesus. It's not eliminated.
Yeah, we have no idea at this point.
He's grown antlers.
Uh-oh.
He has grown antlers.
He hasn't put them on or
He's
fixed
naked.
them?
Maybe there's some really intricate
Special effects,
prosthetics or some sort of situation.
Yeah, some movie makeup.
It looked real, and his face was beet red, and he was naked and there was all kinds of insignias drawn on Dave.
Some sort of like
runes.
Pentagram, runes.
There might have been a pentagram. It was sort of like an illustrated man situation where he was just decked out.
Wow.
Still had on his glasses.
Oh, okay. That's one thing that you can never really go without.
Can't get away with it.
As scary as you are, if you have bad eyes, you have bad eyes.
You got to be able to see.
I'd like to see one of those movies like Halloween or something, and Mike Myers is like wearing glasses because every serial killer in these movies has great eyesight,
and they never go to the bathroom.
In H2O, he gets LASIK.
As long as
fuck that they shoot a laser at him, thinking they're gonna kill him, and then he's like, "Now I can see perfectly." And they're like, "You talk," and he's like, "I always have, bitch."
He says, "Bitch."
That movie
he's
answered and created a lot of questions.
Scariest one.
Yeah, everyone's still pissed at Rob Zombie for that shit.
Yeah,
I liked it.
So now
He addresses us as the fallen. We're like, what? He can't mean us. We haven't done anything.
From where have you fallen?
Yeah,
you just arrived.
From grace, from our humanity.
You're in a prestigious medical
welcome
program.
the fallen. We're in some sort of cement room deep in the earth.
Wow.
Then he just starts going over academic prerequisites as if none of this has happened. He's like, you're going to need 4 credits of anatomy.
Okay.
You're going to need 4 credits of biology. You still have
That's
to take...
it?
That's it. Well, they're hard. Credits at Johns Hopkins.
4 credits of tough biology.
Yeah, 4 credits. I mean, this 1 credit of Johns Hopkins biology is like 6 credits somewhere else.
Oh, I've been in National Community College for 9 years, so I get it.
Okay, yeah. If you're a fellow academic, then you understand.
So you have a fairly comprehensive sense of biology then.
Yeah, we went way over biology than anatomy, which
Right. So you know
But
a lot about it.
But it's the fundamentals. I know everything about it. Anything you could ask me, I'm ready to answer.
What is the human body's largest organ?
The skin.
Okay, there you go. There he knows it all.
Sorry, boring to be right, but my ego took over. Boring to be correct on the trivia question.
I understand.
Yeah, that's how I went. Where was I?
You were
We're deep in a cement chamber,
Deep in
and
the earth.
we're beneath the earth, and it's warm.
Beneath the earth.
Or yes, deep in the earth. And he's going over, and then he's saying, if you want to change roommates, you can't. You have to go to this particular office, and it's all just very dry
Do
information.
you even know who your roommates are at this point?
No, we haven't been given I mean, I went to my room, but I haven't met the guy. Nothing's been
Right.
assigned. We don't know anything.
Right.
I don't know where that's.
It's reasonable, though, that he'd tell you that.
I guess that's the kind of.
Did he tell
information-
you where the cafeteria was?
No.
Really? Yeah.
Then he says okay, and he goes over some other information and passes out some forms we have to fill out. We have to fill out a sexual harassment form. And
Did
then
you have to
there's-
fill it out right then and there, naked?
Yes, naked on my knees. I put the paper on my knees and with.
And
he
the
pass
form
out-
was about whether or not you wanted to be sexually harassed.
Yes, you had to put in yes or no.
Yeah, an option.
Yeah.
And did he pass out?
Which I said no.
Sure.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, although
See, I would have been fucked because I always just click accept, and then so I would have been.
You would have been in deep
harassed.
trouble. Yeah, you would have been very harassed.
did he pass out pens?
No, there was.
Did everyone bring them? How did
No,
you feel?
one of the worker. I did see one of the worker races. One of the worker race came by with a knife, pricked our pinky fingers, and we had to drip blood onto the forms to answer it.
Okay. So what did the worker
Which is
race?
actually easier to do. What's that?
What did the worker race look like?
Rabbits.
They look like rabbits.
But they talk. Tall
What
rabbits.
size?
So
Tall
like
rabbits.
tumnus looking things?
No, Tumnus is more of a satyr, traditionally a half man, half goat.
Okay, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe rabbit that's called Harvey or
Sure.
Yeah,
That's full rabbit.
That's full rabbit.
This is,
Yeah.
they were like
you never
Eddie,
go full rabbit.
3.5 feet tall, walking. Instead of hopping, they were sort of comfortably walking on their hind
So they're walking
legs.
on 2 legs, not on 4.
Not on 4.
Bipedal, if
Yeah.
you will.
To walk on
Bipedal.
4 legs would break the law. Is that right?
Down there, yes. If you walked on 4 legs, you'd be jailed.
Right.
How'd you know that, Scott?
I've heard stories
What
of
the
this
hell,
type of thing.
Scott?
I mean, I walk on 2 legs all the time,
You were
right?
asking him questions as if you didn't know what he was talking about, and now you suddenly know.
Well, I would assume for a race like that to walk on 4 legs would be it would be against the law. And what
Sounds
happens
like
when you break
maybe
the law?
You've gone down there.
I've not been down that far, certainly. I mean,
What's
was
the
miles.
furthest you've gone?
it was, maybe a few kilometers.
Wait,
those
you
are
don't
different than
always
miles, right?
You don't always walk on your two legs. One time I was at your house sitting in the living room and you came down the stairs upside down in a back bend.
I did.
I've seen you do
That's
that too.
unrelated. That's due to an exorcist type thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah, it's a totally different thing. Continue with your story. So what?
Well,
what
then it
happened
gets weird.
Then it gets weird.
Yes, because so after we get all this information and we're properly initiated, he's like, all right, now as you know, you've entered into an extremely competitive program, and not all of you are going to complete and graduate.
Did he do the look to your left, look to your right? One of you was.
I was waiting for that, and he didn't do it.
That's a classic.
I know.
Did he do bottle of red, bottle of white?
He did. He first sang all of Scenes from an Italian Restaurant.
All of it. That's a 7-minute long song.
Thank God it's good.
Yeah, that's true. And he was
actually-
good singing it?
He was great.
Wow.
He actually didn't have such a strong voice as much as he committed,
Okay.
Oh, that's all you need.
which
Got
I
it.
feel like is all you want.
It makes
Any
a big
backing track?
difference.
It's pretty much the same for Billy.
No backing track. It was a cappella.
That's a tough song to do a cappella.
But he had-
especially the
he had-
ba-da-dun-dun,
Oh,
when
he
it breaks
hummed
down.
all that.
He hummed it.
He hummed like the clarinet solo too.
Was he imitating different instruments?
Can I just say that it's so interesting to me that there's follow-up questions on this part of the story on how he sang Scenes from an Italian Restaurant.
I know how I would
mind.
do it.
I've always wanted to say this part of the story, but I've
Sure.
never gone down this. There we are in front of a stag elemental.
Sure.
But okay, yes. What was your question? He did all the different instruments.
He imitated the instruments. So when
Not all of them, but he would do like the prominent ones, like.
so that's the clarinet. But then
Yeah,
when
yeah.
it goes ba-da-da-da, was he doing the piano or was he doing the horn section?
Initially, he would do like ba 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 ba. And he's like strutting around doing these like lunges.
He's strutting.
He's
Lunges.
into it. He's into it.
Lunging, wow.
Yeah. And it was a relief because things had been so alien and strange that to hear a familiar song was calming.
Sure, yeah.
And I was like, maybe this guy's not so bad.
Okay.
Maybe this is going to be actually fine.
Yeah.
Okay. But then it got weird.
Then it got weird. He said, you know, you're entering a competitive program. And if you are of weak character, if you are of minimal talent, you will not be able to survive. You must fight your way back to the surface.
Fight your way back to the surface.
Handed each of us a machete.
A machete.
And
Fuck yeah.
Whoa.
This owns.
And then he said, the elevator that returns to the surface is powered by these gems. And the gems will only work once.
Okay.
And there's only 10 of them.
And there were 20 of you?
About 60 of us.
60.
Oh, God.
So 50 did not make it out?
That's right.
Whoa. Incredible. And you're one of the 10.
Yeah.
And then after you graduated, you were like, I should probably go to
I'm
medical
going to
school.
go to another medical school again because I don't want it to be like this.
Right.
So I went to Southern Connecticut State University the second time.
So did you take out 5 guys or did
you eat it in the restaurant.
or Uber Eats?
I took out 5 guys. I ordered from 5 guys. They had a telephone service down there. 5 guys delivered.
Okay.
We all talked to each other.
It took a long time to murder that many people.
We were like
5 delivery guys.
yes,
Down
5
the elevator.
guys delivered. They already had gems. I guess the guys from 5 guys had their own gems.
So they can go
They
up
can
and
just
down
go
all
up
the
and
time.
down like crazy.
Yeah. They're delivering all the time.
Well, we all were like, we're about to murder each other. Let's
Yeah.
have a last meal.
Oh, really? So you guys paused.
We were like, let's be civil and have a last meal together.
It was a
And
gentleman's agreement of
Yes,
like, look,
and we
this is
ordered-
coming. Death is coming to 5/6 of us.
Yes. So we ordered 5 guys, and we all wrote letters to our loved ones that we agreed that whoever survived would deliver them.
Did you keep that promise?
I did, and that's why I'm here today.
What?
Yes.
Again, I would say put that in your bio when you come on.
I still have to talk about physical therapy.
Wait, to whom are you delivering this letter? One of us?
Claudia.
What?
What?
That's right.
Wait, who died?
I murdered a fellow contest winner.
Oh, but not my family member.
No.
Oh, okay, fine.
Well, they seemed very. You meant a lot to them.
This person in their
They
last
wrote a
moment
letter
of life
to
wrote a letter
you.
to you, and you don't know who they are.
This guy's name was Chet. He said he won a contest with you some time ago.
Oh, right.
His last name was I'm trying to remember. Wellman.
Chet Wellman.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, here's his letter. He said you have to promise to get this to Claudia Doherty.
Whoa. Okay.
So I'm giving this to you.
Can you read it out? My eyes hurt. I can't.
Oh, I can
read
see
it.
that your eyes look very
Yeah.
sore.
Yeah.
yeah.
Dear
I've been
Claudia,
doing
it's
some
me,
eye
Chet.
looking.
That's right, Acorn Chet. I don't know what that even means.
Whoa.
Acorn
I don't know what
Chet.
he's talking
Who is
about.
what? Do you know Chet Wellman?
I do it. Yeah.
And you know
That's a
what
private-
Acorn Chet
that's
is
a
referring
private
to?
thing.
Here in
That's
my
private.
last
It's
moments.
actually kind of an aggressive thing for him to call me.
Oh, it is?
Well,
Wait,
to
he called
call
himself Acorn
like,
Chet.
to reference that is kind of aggressive.
Oh,
It's
okay,
very-
because it has-
it's very Chet.
He seemed very aggro. If it makes you feel any better, he was the first to go.
So he's aggro, but he's still all of that was.
He had like a lot of like chest, just like, oh, I'm gonna
all
kill
of that
you
was
guys.
betraying
I'm
a
gonna
weakness
kill you guys.
inside.
Me Chet.
That
and then you
is
just
Chet.
slop.
Yep, little
Classic
tiny dick
Chet.
me slished him right off. Because my small dick, everyone thought that I would be unmanly, but I was actually quite handy with
You were
Plus, also, you
You've
got
got
your equipment
something to
tight. This,
prove.
you don't have any hangers for people to chop off.
That's right, I'm not as vulnerable.
Small dick is actually the highest form of evolution.
Yeah, because all the big dicks, they would get like whacked with the machetes and then they're in
My dick,
tremendous
and then
pain. Yeah,
they're
they're-
looking down.
Oh no, my dick! And then they're distracted. You take them
Everyone's
right
so
out.
concerned about losing their dick in the machete battle, but you have no concern. You're not
Yeah.
even flopping around. You're not even risking anything except
don't-
for them apple-sized
Although not
balls.
even
in
Yeah,
there.
distracting.
those
Yeah.
balls. I don't know.
But that's
How
full of
many
testosterone.
women got out?
The women all survived,
Okay, good.
Oh.
but they joined the worker race.
Oh.
They survived
opted-
by bargaining their
Oh.
way to entering the worker race.
That is
Well, I would
just
imagine.
like us
typical
women.
chicks.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I would
Attach
imagine the worker
ourselves to
race
someone.
needs more to be more productive. They need more children, more
They have to
offspring.
breed.
Can
they
they
have to
breed
breed.
with human women if they're rabbits?
That was the plan. I didn't stick around long enough to find out.
So you never went down there again.
No.
How did they fuck?
I understand
Like
you
rabbits?
not wanting to go back.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
But could you finish this
Continue
letter
the
from
letter
Chet?
because it looks lengthy.
Yeah, it is.
long.
Dear Claudia, it's me, Chet.
now
Acorn
this
Chet.
is but let's just talk for a second.
let's
This is an
stop
insane
many times.
This is an insane coincidence that
No, I
you
knew
came
she'd
on
be
and,
here.
okay.
I didn't even know I would be here.
Maybe your mother. This is why she sent
Yeah,
you here
it
today.
seems like it could be. Do you know my
Yes.
Do you know my mom?
Do you know my
do.
mother?
Not
To
well.
quote that wonderful children's book. Oh, I guess it's Are You
Are
My
you
Mother?
my mother?
Yeah.
Are you my mother?
I'm not your
That should be
mother.
the sequel. Do you know my mother?
What about the
Yeah, they should
children?
go down in
good-
stakes.
it's a good
Are you
follow-up
my mother?
I
question.
get you're not my mother.
And then the
But
third
do
one
you
should be, have
know
you heard
her?
of my mother? Each one is more
Does
removed.
anyone have a mother?
Sorry.
Okay,
I want to you.
the plot is really thickening.
Yeah.
I will
It truly
say that.
is as thick as the pages on this
Yeah.
letter because this
I
is
keep
several
thinking
Of
it's
which
pages.
wrapping
there are
up.
many.
That's 8-point Arial font. It's so much.
Very small. So Chet here is like, it's Dear Claudia, it's me, Chet, Acorn Chet. Here in my last moments, I find my thoughts traveling back to that day we spent together.
Oh,
Only
God.
one day.
Yeah. Thank you. Get us some more water, Gino.
Great.
Yeah, you're going to need it because this is a long.
I wish this wasn't happening on a podcast, to be honest.
Dear Claudia, it's me, Chet. Acorn
Okay, you don't
Chet.
have to go backwards.
It's good for me though because I'm getting a lot. Because I keep missing the first
It
couple.
refreshes the memory.
Here
It
in
goes
my
right
final
out of my head.
moments,
It's better
Here in
than
my
I
final
find
moments.
my
beginning
thoughts
again.
going back to
Returning,
that day
going
we
backward.
spent together when we won that contest to run that radio station. I guess you won a contest to run a radio station.
Yes,
or something
we
like
did.
That. And you and I were co-DJs for 2.5 hours.
Co-DJ.
That
Couldn't you
checks
just say
out.
they're both DJs? You don't need to like split up the duties of a
Scott,
DJ.
have some
and
respect
call
for the
them
dead.
I mean,
have some respect for the
a
dead.
DJ team like Flipper and the Bird. Like
Yeah.
they don't call themselves co-DJs, do they?
Well, since they had probably both met that day and won a contest,
We were just like, sure, whatever you know.
If
So
you,
you
have to
split
share,
up the
if you
duties.
share a chair, it's co.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
true. Okay,
the conversation we had changed my life. And I never have felt as strongly connected to someone as I did to you that day.
Oh God.
And the friendship I felt with you was reassuring to me that human empathy is possible. And I've thought of you every day and longed only to meet you again. And now that I see that my life may be ending, I wanted you to know that it is you I'm thinking of. And then it's just the first chapter of Great Expectations.
the whole first chapter.
Yeah.
So
Oh, can I
call
have
me,
that? I need a calendar.
Yeah. What is it? Call me. No, that's Moby Dick.
Yeah.
What is the first line of Great
Let me, just
Expectations?
look down
It was the
here.
best of
It's,
times. It was the worst of times.
No,
that-
it's Tale of Two
Peace.
Cities.
Yeah.
Okay.
See,
It's-
this,
Wait,
Something
Tale of
about-
Two Cities is the title of a real book?
yeah, why?
Yeah. What did you think it was?
Because I've been reading this magazine called Tale of Two Titties, and I didn't realize
It's a
it was a pun.
magazine.
Yeah, it's a magazine.
periodical?
I've been trying
How
to get through it. It's dense.
How is tail spelled?
Tail.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
This says,
let me see the letter. I'll
Okay, yeah.
So it goes on.
Something about Pip.
Father's family name being Perip and my Christian name Philip. My infant tongue could make of both names nothing longer or more explicit than Pip. So I called myself Pip and came to be called Pip. And it goes on.
Yeah.
and on
Okay,
from
yeah,
there.
A lot of
You wrote that
Pip
down.
talk.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
It sounds like he was just stalling from getting macheted to death.
and Claudia,
And did he
Here's
have
like a
copy of Great
filibuster.
Expectations?
he was copying it down.
That is
Pretending
smart.
that it
And
was
that
a
is
letter.
actually just,
I bet he
I'm
did.
almost done. Give me one more second.
I bet he didn't even really know Claudia all that well, and he was just like trying to stall.
well, yeah, we really only knew each other for that one afternoon. We were on.
I'm
the
glad to hear
radio
that because I murdered
show
this
together.
man. I murdered this man.
You killed
Wow.
one guy or several?
I shouldn't say.
Oh, you're okay.
But go ahead, though.
I killed 7 people.
7
Holy
people, so someone
shit.
else only killed 3.
That's right.
Wow.
Wow, or one person killed.
Did it change your personality afterwards? No.
How do you know, though?
Well, yeah, because I don't know what I would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you feel a change once you took the life from someone?
I certainly was not. I wasn't. A certain fear left me.
To see the light go out in someone's eyes and realize that their soul is no longer inhabiting this earth, that must prepare you for the medical profession.
I think so. And when we
Yeah.
took our Hippocratic Oath, they have a different version at Johns Hopkins, which is like, carry on the legacy of those you murdered by helping others.
By
Right, and
helping others.
That's what brings you here today.
Wow.
Yeah.
To give me that letter or
That's
to read
right.
it.
Have you delivered the other 6 letters?
Nope. I'm keeping an eye out for them just to show up on podcasts.
Okay.
I've been going to open mics, hoping they get into comedy and just seeing if they start doing that.
Okay, there are better ways to find these people than going
Sort
on
of been
podcasts and
scanning
going to
the
open
show
mics.
listing
This will
page at
take you
UCB to see if any of them are on
a
Herald
long
Night.
time.
Okay, yeah,
Such a
this is
long
going to take
time.
you a while.